School in Old Saybrook, Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Darcy.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Joe.
I'm Susan. I'm Haley.
And this is our presentation.
Hello, I'm Haley, and I will be your host for today's report from World Chinese. We are talking with a group of kids who invented a new game. We are lucky to get Tyler Mathiasen, who is one of the kids who made this project happen. So Tyler, how did you come up with this idea?
I will tell you what happened. At our school in computer class, all the kids were bored using IXL, a math website. Then we thought to ourselves, how can we improve the way middle school kids learn math? We looked at computer games people like and don't like. We found that good math games are hard to find. You either solve the problem too fast, they don't have anything to do with math, or they are just solving math problems with no games. Then we got a really great idea for a math game. It would be really fun and help you learn at the same time. This game would be a military-based game where you get points for solving math problems. The points would be used to buy equipment and troops to fight the battles. We talked about our idea with teachers and kids in my school. We talked to some computer game programmers. We found out that most of the people liked our game idea.
So now that we know about the game, what do the teachers have to say about this? Here's Mrs. Graham, a middle school math teacher at St. John's School in Old Saybrook. Mrs. Graham, what do you think of this game? Would you use it?
Oh look, there's Tyler, he's one of my students. And Matthew, he's a former student. Yes, I think it is a good idea and I will use it in class. If it is fun, they will practice more often and enjoy it.
Do you have anything else you would like to add?
I would like to ask what math problems they would use.
Well, that is a question for Tyler.
Well, we plan to just do middle school math and include mixed numbers, number theory, and fractions.
Now that we heard what the teacher has to say, what does the Sonolist programmer have to say?
I think it's a good idea, but do you have any details or a handbook for the game? Good details. I see you want to make it 3D. You'll be playing against the computer, not another person. No music. Well, remember, every move needs to be programmed. That adds time and costs.
Speaking of money, there is one last person we would like to hear from. Bob Kurzawa, Vice President of Sonolist, for money details.
So if we were to make this game, it would cost about $20,000. But there are less expensive ways to make it. You could make it on your own for about $5,000. You could hire a smaller studio, like Killer Minute. You could find a student at a tech school to do it. Contact me if you have any more questions.
I hear you also came up with a song that tells about your idea.
Yes. I see
Students
students on IXL getting bored when there's math class finished dull. And I think to myself, how can I improve the way middle school kids learn math? Yes, I think to myself, how can I improve the way middle school kids learn math? Make math fun, help someone.
Well, now that is the end of the math game segment. Next up is Joe with the weather.
结束了。
That's the end in Chinese. Do you have any questions for us?
We do. Let's go first.
How did you come up with the idea for the math game?
Well, like we said in the skit, I walked out of math class and with Matthew and Susan and Joel, and then we think to ourselves, how can we improve the way middle school kids learn math?
Because my Excel isn't very fun, so we're thinking about ways we could make really good ways we could still learn stuff and have a good time.
What makes it different from IXL?
Well, IXL is just a white screen with a math problem in the middle of it, and it's like we just sit there in the computer lab, just typing in stuff.
In our game, it's like you have like a battlefield, or you could also have other types of games with like a race car to get like turbochargers or something, but you solve a math problem, and depending on the level of hardness you chose for the problem, you get a certain number of points with which you can buy units to fight in the battles. I think we said that in the step.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of math games out there and different computer techniques and stuff, and then there's like handhelds like Math Shark and whatnot that cover these. So I'm still trying to figure out how this one would be separate in a separate category than what's already out.
Because the ones, like, we looked at other games, and, like, some of them, like, we go to, like, we went to Cool Math Games, and we found Math Man, which actually wasn't too bad, but you have, like, once you get into, like, level, like, 3 or 4, it gets, like, really, really hard. And it's really hard to solve a math problem that you can't do in your head while trying to, like, move the keys on your screen. And then we looked at other things, and it's pretty much just like a white screen with a math problem, and it's not as fun as our game.
What math levels does it cover?
It's middle school math, and we include like fractions, number theory, and we talked with Mrs. Graham, a math teacher in our school, to get the idea for that.
So geometry and like pre-algebra.
Yeah.
Mixed numbers, number theories, and fractions.
Questions?
I don't have any answers. Sounds like a very interesting way to learn math. Well, I'm not a gamer, and I probably learned with a pencil and a piece of paper myself, but it sounds great. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Oh, and another thing is Joel actually tried to make the game, so he actually but he found what did he find?
It's a very hard subject in college, and I think now I can't make it, and I felt like if I want to make it, first I need to learn C language or something else.
Well, you can start on it now, and then by the time you're in high school, you'll have it all set and
Yeah.
have it patented and out on the market.
Actually, I need to study it, so now I really don't know how to make it.
You did say that you had shared this, you talked with someone at Sonolis.
Yeah.
Who else have you shared this with then?
We shared it with Mrs. Graham, our entire school. There's a tech school student, so we thought we could have them. So actually, we're actually going to try to. Actually, Susan's brother is a tech student, but he was like the wrong one. Like he was doing something else, not like game design. So it was a bit different. So we couldn't do it that way. But then there was another tech student that we could. I think he is doing a project or something like that. So I think we're going to do something with them.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us. We hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
I like the card. Who decided that? You guys on work on it?
I think that was Haley and Susan.
Oh.